Welcome back to yet another module of online refresher course on pedagogical innovation and research methodology. I am Dr. Shreshtha, Assistant Professor in Haryana School of Business in Guru Jambheshwar University of Science and Technology, Hisar. Today, we will learn about brainstorming as a pedagogical tool for creativity. Before understanding the process of brainstorming, it is imperative to understand some of its basic principles. These principles are: passing judgment on any idea is not allowed. This rule clearly mentions that any kind of positive or negative feedback on any of the idea is strictly not permitted during brainstorming session. Spontaneity must be encouraged. All the participants must feel a sense of freedom while expressing their ideas. Number of ideas matter, not the quality of ideas. A major focus is on getting more and more ideas without its rationality. A member can give more than one idea. Synergy can be created through furthering the idea of one member by another member. Let us now move our discussion towards understanding the process of brainstorming. Brainstorming is a systematic activity that requires deliberations and planning. Once conducted effectively, it could prove highly productive. For carrying out brainstorming activities, certain steps need to be followed. The first step is to identify a facilitator and arrange for basic resources. The major role of a facilitator is to motivate the members of the group to participate, steer the whole brainstorming activity, and provide all the necessary resources such as room and seating arrangements, whiteboards, paper, pen, etc. Then decide the group composition. Ideally, a group of 10 to 15 individuals would work great for brainstorming sessions. More diverse is the group in terms of their demographics and expertise, better are the results. So, a class of 30 could be divided into two groups of 15 each to make the activity manageable. Then, it is followed by defining the problem. It is the key area that requires a lot of preparation. A poorly designed problem statement can attract lots of ideas but bad ones. That results into wastage of valuable resources. If a problem is properly defined, it could generate valuable and innovative ideas to solve the problem. We can create a good problem statement by starting with the words "if you have to," or "what are the options," or "how could we," in such a way. For example, how could we improve our concentration towards studies? The next step of brainstorming is to fix the time limit. It is important to decide the upper limit for the session. Limit is directly proportionate to the group size. Larger is the group size, more time it requires to brainstorm. Under normal practice, 25 to 35 minutes could be set for session. After that, facilitate the outflow of ideas. Once the brainstorming session starts, ideas start pouring in. Participation from all must be encouraged. The role of a facilitator here is to note down all the ideas irrespective of their rationale. Also, the facilitator must ensure to avoid any kind of feedback, either positive or negative. Light mood, jokes, laughs are encouraged, but a strict no to any kind of criticism. The next step is to select top 5 to 6 ideas in consensus of the group members. It is followed by deciding 5 to 6 top criterions that are used as a benchmark to evaluate the feasibility or attractiveness of an idea. For example, An idea should use the existing resources of the organization, or the idea should be applicable to Indian market, or the idea should be executable by August 18, etc. Then evaluate the ideas based on rationality and pros and cons. Score the idea on a scale such as 1 to 10 on the basis of feasibility in achieving the benchmarks decided earlier. Add up all the scores given under each criterion and repeat this exercise for all the ideas. And finally, the idea that gets the highest score is considered as the most suitable idea. Another technique that could be used to extract innovative thoughts is 6 thinking hats. Whether we are striving for a solution to a problem or to brainstorm a unique idea, the technique of 6 thinking hats is quite useful. 6 thinking hats is a method designed by Edward de Bono to handle various personal and professional challenges. So, it has unique applicability for individual as well as business related issues. In this method, 6 colored hats, namely blue, white, red, yellow, black and green are considered. Each hat represents a distinct direction of challenging the problem. The color of the hat acts as a visual cue for the whole group to think about the same part of the problem at the same time. Let's try to understand the purpose and role of each of these colored hats. To start with, blue hat. A blue hat depicts direction. The chairperson wears the blue hat and can direct the discussion into different modes. The major role displayed under blue hat are to act as a facilitator that manages time, flow of ideas, other thinking hats, and above all, clearly defined problem. Then comes white hat. It depicts information. During the white hat discussion, only the facts are presented. This phase aims at collection of clues, information and facts that might be useful for resolving the issue at hand. It adds logic to the thinking process and helps the group to reach fact-based solutions. It also adds perspective to the thinking. White hat thinking points out gaps as per the current knowledge. Now comes the red hat. It depicts emotions. Everyone shares their gut feelings without any justification for them. It acts like thinking by heart without much of the rationality. It is the emotional thinking aspect. Solutions are suggested on the basis of gut feeling and opinions. Through this hat, hidden feelings about success or failure about the idea are discovered. It also encourages plan of actions based on instincts. Then the black hat. The black hat depicts discernment. It is the cautious thinking what could go wrong. The purpose of black hat is to look for the flaws, pitfalls and problems in the suggestions given by other thinking hats. Black thinking hat is related to pessimistic approach while scrutinizing a suggestion by highlighting its shortcomings. Yellow hat. It depicts optimism. It discusses the benefits. Once the black thinking hat provides all the flaws, it's time for the yellow hat to take over. Yellow hat is compared with the sun, full of energy and radiance. This hat embarks all the positive and good about suggested solutions. It also suggests about the ways to overcome the obstacles mentioned under black hat. Finally comes the green hat that depicts creativity. It is the time to present the oddball ideas with little criticism. The green hat is compared with a seedling that can grow in any direction. Under this thinking process, all creative ideas are welcome to solve the problem. It aims to promote out-of-the-box thinking. It is the green hat that encourages creative and innovative thoughts that can be foundation for future solutions. Above all, it is in the hand of the facilitator to change the sequence of thinking hats as per the situation. At the time of a particular color hat is under consideration, the facilitator can note down the points under relevant boxes. A sample template for 6 thinking hats is shown here. Overall, 6 thinking hats can offer you a wholesome view about an issue and its probable solutions. Another method that could be used for brainstorming is Fishbone Diagram. The Fishbone Diagram is a simple tool that allows quick and effective root causes to be understood. In a Fishbone Diagram, the various causes are grouped into categories and the causes cascade from the main categories flowing towards the effect, forming what resembles a fishbone appearance. The major concern of this exercise is to brainstorm all the potential causes of a problem and then reducing them to the factors that is the main cause of the issue. Once it is done, focus is on the elimination of the factors. In case this activity is carried out in the classroom, it enlightens the students about the reason of the problem. A fishbone diagram is also known as cause and effect diagram. From this sample template, which is created for the issue why students are losing interest in reading, we can understand how this fishbone diagram is created. The main issue is depicted as the backbone or the main bone of the fish, and the causes are created as other main bones and their strands. In nutshell, we can say that complexity of current scenario puts emphasis on developing the ability of future manpower to think out of the box. Creative thinking is the key to success in future. Creativity could also be seen as a skill that enables an individual to survive in uncertain environment. Creativity is a mental characteristic that allows a person to think out of the box, which results in innovative or different approaches to a particular task. Creative thinking may provide a different perspective or dimension to an issue that leads to an innovative solution. In modern day teaching, teachers need to incorporate newer ways to generate interest and develop critical thinking skills among the students. Brainstorming is a method of effectively using one's brain to churn out a probable solution to a problem. The approach of brainstorming aims at getting maximum number of ideas to resolve an issue or solve a problem irrespective of immediate rationality behind the idea. The fishbone diagram is a simple tool that allows quick and effective root causes to be understood. The major concern of this exercise is to brainstorm all the potential causes of a problem and then reducing them to the factors that is the main cause of the issue. This concludes today's module. Thank you.